as bring balance to both the body and mind. We'll get started with our feet together, knees out wide, creating a diamond shape with the legs. You can place a block or maybe a rolled up towel under your knees if you need a little support. Then go ahead and roll onto your back and settle in. Closing down the eyes, begin to relax the body. Soften the muscles in the face and allow the shoulders to relax, feeling your hips sinking into the mat. And then see if the knees can drop a little closer to the floor, creating heaviness in the thighs. Using the breath to deepen the stretch, inhale fully, filling up the belly, ribs, and chest, and exhale completely, softening the lower body and letting go. Take a few big cycles of breath, allowing each exhale to get deeper in the pose. Just a couple more cycles of breath here. See if you can breathe into a count of 5 and breathe out to the same count of 5. Inhaling nice and deep, exhaling slow and controlled, letting everything go. Leaving behind any distractions so you can focus on you for the next 15 to 20 minutes. Opening up the eyes, take the hands to the outsides of the knees and gently pull your knees together. Remove any blocks or towels you may be using and extend your legs out long. Reach the fingers overhead for a full body stretch, lengthening everything out. Big inhale here. And then on an exhale, pull both knees in towards the chest, arms wrapping around your knees. Give yourself a big squeeze, a little rock right and left if that feels nice, massaging the spine. And then coming back to center, drop both feet to the mat and extend your right leg up towards the sky, toes pointing back. Keeping the head and shoulders relaxed, take a couple kicks here, waking up the hamstrings. And then interlace your hands behind your thigh and hold. Flexing the toes down towards your nose, fire through the heels and flex your quads. One big breath here. On an exhale, take your leg across your body until you begin to feel the IT band area light up, keeping your toes flexed. Then bringing it back to center, bend the right knee and grab the outside of the foot with the right hand. Extend the leg out to the side for half happy baby. Good, release and we'll do the other side. Extend your left leg up towards the sky, toes pointing back. Keeping your head and shoulders relaxed, take a couple kicks, warming up the hamstrings on this side. And then interlace your hands behind your thigh and hold. Flexing the toes down towards the shin. Push through the heel as you flex your quads, firming up your thigh here. Good, one big breath. Okay, and on an exhale, take the leg across the body just far enough until you feel that IT band area light up. Toes are flexed. Good, bringing it back to center, bend the left knee, grab the outside of the foot with the left hand and extend the leg out to the side for half happy baby. Good, release both feet to the mat, hands behind the thighs and rock your way up to seated. Sitting up nice and tall at the top of your mat, relax the chin down to chest, stretching out the neck here. And then take a nice big circle all the way around, rolling everything out. And then take one in the opposite direction. All right, look up and make your way up to hands and knees. With shoulders stacked on top of wrists and hips stacked on top of knees, right foot goes to the back of the mat Pushing through the heel, you can stay here, or you can bring your left foot on top of your right for a deeper stretch. Shoulder blades are down the back. Take a breath. Good, come back down to hands and knees and extend your left foot to the back of the mat. Pushing through the heel, decide if that's enough or if you want to bring your right foot on top of your left to deepen the stretch. Okay, coming back to hands and knees, place your hands a couple inches forward, curl the toes, lift your hips, and press back into down dog. While you walk out the feet here, check to make sure your feet are hip distance apart and use each step to stretch the calf muscles. Look up to make sure you have 10 fingers pointing forward. Pressure is through the thumb and index fingers. Shoulder blades are down the back. Relax chin to chest. On your next inhale, look up to the top of your mat. And on your exhale, step up to the top as many steps as it takes into a forward fold. Inhale, fingertips to shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep it up, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, have a seat down in your chair. Pressures through the heels. One breath here. And exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway, fingertips to shins, flat back. Exhale, step back into down dog, lengthening everything out. Inhale, right toes up in the sky, bending the knee, opening up the hip. And then step your right foot between your hands, top of the mat. Spin your back heel down, rise up, warrior two. Back heel should be further back than the toes. Check that your front knee doesn't cross the ankle. Shoulders are stacked on top of hips, big inhale. Good, exhale to side angle, drop the forearm to thigh or fingertips to the mat. Squeeze the right hip underneath you and roll your heart up towards the sky. Big inhale. Exhale, rise back up with a straight front leg, reverse triangle, reaching the fingertips up, not back. Now a slight bend in the front knee as you cartwheel your hands down, dropping the back knee to the mat and straighten out the front leg for a big hamstring stretch. Pulling the heel back as you reach the crown of your head forward. Big breath. Now bend the front knee, firm up the core, lift the back heel and press back into down dog, lengthening out. On an inhale, left toes up, bending the knee, opening up the hip. And step your left foot between your hands at the top of the mat. Spin your back heel down, rise up, warrior two. 5 toes are pointing forward, knee over the second toe, good, big breath. Exhale, drop the forearm to thigh for side ankle or fingertips to the mat. Open your heart up towards the sky and squeeze the left hip underneath you. Big inhale. Good. Exhale, rise back up with a straight front leg, reverse triangle. Reaching the fingertips up and not back. Beautiful. Slight bend in the front knee as you cartwheel your hands down, dropping your back knee to the mat. Straighten out the front leg for that big hamstring stretch. Flex your toes to the shin, breathing here. Then bend the front knee and you'll walk to the middle of the mat. All 10 toes pointing in the same direction. Feet are parallel with the mat. And we'll come into a forward fold. Hips should be stacked on top of your heels. Use a mirror if you have one to check. Press through the balls of your feet and flex your quads. Use an inhale to lengthen and an exhale to fold deeper into the stretch. Okay, then we'll walk back up to the top of the mat and slide back into down dog. Shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step up to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, fingertips to shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep it up, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sit down in your chair. Get nice and low here. Pressures through the heels. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, step back into down 5 toes are pointing forward, knee over the second toe. Good, big breath. Exhale, straighten out the front leg and reach forward before dropping it into triangle pose. Hand drops down to the shin, ankle, or floor. Pressures through the ball of the front foot. This is a giant calf stretch here. Keeping the legs straight and bring it up. Reach the right hand up to reverse your triangle, and then exhale as you bend the front knee and cartwheel your hands all the way down to the mat, coming into a low lunge. Okay, then we'll walk your right foot to the edge of the mat as we come into lizard. Keep the back heel lifted, or you can drop your knee to the mat. Your hands can remain straight, or you can bring them down to your forearms, getting low. Then check to make sure you have 5 toes pointing forward and your knee is on top of the ankle. We'll take a couple big cycles of breath here. All right, coming back up to palms, lift the back knee if it isn't already, and step back, down dog, lengthening out. And we'll do the other side. Inhale, left toes up. Exhale, kick it all the way to the top of the mat, spin your back heel down, rising up, warrior two. 5 toes are pointing forward, knee over the second toe, beautiful, one big breath. Exhale, straighten out the front leg and reach forward before dropping into triangle pose. Hand drops down to shin, ankle, or floor, pressures through the ball of the front foot, stretching out the calf muscles. Good, keep the legs straight and bring it up, reversing the left hand up to reverse your triangle. And then exhale as you bend the front knee and cartwheel your hands all the way down to the mat, coming into a low lunge. Then walk your left foot to the edge of the mat for lizard on this side. Keep the back heel lifted or drop your knee to the mat. Hands stay straight, or you can bring them down to your forearms and get low. Fire through your back heel and making sure that your front knee is on top of the ankle. Take a couple big breaths here. Nice. All right, bring yourself back up to palms. Lift the back knee if it isn't already, and kick it back down, dog. Lengthen everything out. From here, bend the knees and step up wide, top of mat for Malasana, yogi squat. With feet mat distance apart, heels in, toes out, drop the hips down towards the heels, palms come together, and then use your elbows to open up the legs. Spine is nice and long. Bring the hands down, lift the hips, straighten out the legs, and step it back to down dog. Next, we're moving into pigeon, so we'll bring the right knee into the nose, sweep the ankle across, drop the shin, drop the back knee, push your toes to the back of the mat, drop down to the forearms, and come all the way down for a flat back. Maybe resting your head on your arms. And while you're here, see if you can get back to that 5 count breath. Inhaling nice and deep, exhaling slow and controlled. Couple more big breaths here. Coming back up to palms, go ahead and get lazy on the left side. Come to center, bending the knees, and with your hands behind your thighs, you'll roll onto your back, legs out long. You'll pull your right knee in towards the chest, left leg extended out flat on the mat. Left hand reaches down and grabs the outside of your right knee. Pull it over to the left and extend your right arm out, and your gaze should be over to the right side. Adding a quad stretch, bend your left knee, bring your foot in towards your sitting bones, and reach down with your right hand to grab your left foot. Then pull it in a little tighter so that you feel the stretch on the front of your right leg. Good, release both legs, coming back to center, and right leg extends out flat on the mat. Left knee pulls in towards the chest, and reaching with the right hand, grab the outside